In the heart of the Egyptian desert lies a mystery that has puzzled the world for nearly a century. King Tutankhamun, the boy king, has been portrayed as a fragile ruler. But what if everything we thought we knew was wrong? Join us on an epic journey to rediscover the hidden secrets of King Tut's treasures. This isn't just a story of gold and jewels. It's a tale of power, ambition, and untold mysteries buried deep in the sands of time. Get ready, because what we're about to unveil will change history forever. The journey begins, rediscovering the forgotten treasures. Our story begins nearly a century ago, in the arid deserts of Egypt, where one man made a discovery that would change history forever. On November 4th, 1922, British archaeologist Howard Carter stumbled upon something extraordinary: the nearly intact tomb of King Tutankhamun. Hidden beneath layers of sand and stone, this ancient burial chamber held over 5,000 priceless artifacts, each one telling a story of a young pharaoh who ruled with more strength and power than we ever imagined. But here's the truth. Many of these treasures have remained locked away, unseen, and unstudied for decades. Now, thanks to cutting-edge technology, we are revealing secrets that have been buried for millennia. From a mysterious dagger forged from extraterrestrial metal to intricate chariots designed for battle, these artifacts are rewriting the narrative of who King Tut really was: a ruler, not just of Egypt, but a symbol of power on an international scale. Join us as we dive deeper into these newfound revelations and uncover the true identity of a king who was far more than just a boy on the throne. The story of King Tut is being rewritten, right here, right now. Beyond the boy king, revealing the warrior pharaoh. For decades, King Tutankhamun has been known as the boy king, a young, fragile ruler who died before his time. But what if that image is far from the truth? New evidence suggests that King Tut wasn't just a passive ruler confined to the palace walls. In fact, he may have been a fierce warrior who commanded armies and led Egypt into battle. In the depths of his tomb, archaeologists have uncovered a staggering collection of weapons, a treasure trove of chariots, bows, arrows, and even a set of intricately crafted armor. These were not mere ceremonial items. The detailed craftsmanship and the wear marks on these objects indicate they were built for use, not just display. Among the most intriguing discoveries is a chariot decorated with symbols of international power, showing Tutankhamun as a ruler feared and respected far beyond the borders of Egypt. And then there's the mysterious dagger, a weapon so extraordinary that its origins seem almost otherworldly. Made from iron extracted from a meteorite, it symbolizes divine power, a weapon bestowed upon the king by the gods themselves. This is the side of King Tut that has remained hidden for centuries, the story of a young man who wasn't just a king, but a warrior determined to protect his empire and secure his legacy. We're beginning to see a picture of Tutankhamun as a leader with ambition and strength far beyond his years. As we delve deeper into his collection of weapons and armor, we will uncover more clues about his role as a military leader. This is the untold story of King Tut, the warrior pharaoh, and it's unlike anything you've heard before. The Celestial Blade, a dagger from the heavens. Deep within the burial chamber of King Tutankhamun, archaeologists discovered a small yet astonishing artifact, an intricately decorated dagger resting close to the pharaoh's body. But this was no ordinary weapon. Forged from iron extracted from a meteorite, the dagger's blade is truly out of this world. In ancient Egypt, iron was considered more precious than gold, and this iron was unlike any other found on Earth. It came from the stars, fallen from the heavens in a celestial event, and was believed to carry divine power. Such a material was reserved for only the most sacred of items, and it's no coincidence that this dagger was found directly on the body of King Tut, symbolizing his connection to the gods. Advanced X-ray analysis has revealed the unique chemical composition of the blade, confirming its extraterrestrial origin. The high levels of nickel and cobalt in the iron are a perfect match for meteorites that have crashed into Earth. This was a gift from the cosmos, a weapon not only of immense beauty, but of great power. But why did Tutankhamun, the so-called boy king, carry such a formidable weapon to his grave? This dagger may hold clues to his true nature, a ruler who was more than a ceremonial figurehead. It suggests that he was viewed as a divine warrior, a protector of his people, even in death. The blade's craftsmanship, with its gold-inlaid handle and rock crystal pommel, shows the exceptional skill of the artisans who created it and the importance placed upon this sacred object. The celestial blade challenges everything we thought we knew about Tutankhamun. It's more than just a relic. It's a symbol of a king who saw himself as chosen by the gods to rule not just over Egypt, but perhaps over the universe itself. As we continue to explore the mysteries of this dagger, we unravel a deeper understanding of the pharaoh's ambitions and his desire to be remembered for eternity as a ruler of cosmic power. The armor of a king. Battle-ready or ceremony? Among the thousands of treasures found in King Tutankhamun's tomb, one item stands out as particularly intriguing: a set of leather armor, unlike anything previously discovered in ancient Egypt. For years, it was dismissed as a ceremonial piece, a symbol of the young pharaoh's status. But recent research has unveiled a different story. This armor, made from thousands of meticulously crafted leather scales, reveals something extraordinary. Advanced imaging techniques show that each scale was reinforced with precise ridges designed to deflect arrows and withstand the impact of weapons. This was not a mere showpiece. It was built for battle. The meticulous craftsmanship indicates a high level of expertise and dedication to creating functional, yet flexible protection. The overlapping scales and reinforced ridges suggest that the armor was not just for display, but for real combat. A state-of-the-art piece of military equipment for its time. So, why would the so-called boy king be buried with such sophisticated armor? It suggests that King Tutankhamun may have had a very different role than history has led us to believe. He wasn't just a figurehead. He was a leader who was prepared to fight. He was a king willing to defend his empire, even at a young age. But who was Tutankhamun fighting against? And why was he so determined to equip himself with the best protection available? To understand this, we need to look beyond the armor itself and delve into the turbulent world of ancient Egypt, a world of political intrigue, foreign threats, and a young king thrust into the heart of it all. This armor is more than just a relic. It's a testament to Tutankhamun's courage and determination. It challenges the image of him as a frail, passive ruler and paints a new picture. A king who was ready to lead his people into battle, armed not just with symbols of power, but with the tools to wield it. The hidden chariots, symbols of power and diplomacy. Tucked away in the shadows of King Tutankhamun's tomb were 6 magnificent chariots, each carefully dismantled and stacked in the antechamber. At first glance, they appeared to be merely ceremonial, but closer inspection reveals a much deeper story. A story of power, diplomacy, and a king who sought to project his influence far beyond Egypt's borders. These chariots, adorned with intricate golden decorations and exotic symbols, were not just modes of transportation. They were statements of authority, each one meticulously crafted to convey the king's might and reach. The golden panels that once adorned these chariots are decorated with images of griffins, lions, and other mythical creatures not native to Egypt. These symbols represented foreign lands and peoples, suggesting that Tutankhamun was positioning himself as a ruler with influence across continents. But why would a young pharaoh, who was often depicted as weak and frail, go to such lengths to portray himself as a powerful warrior on the world stage? The answer may lie in the political turmoil of his time. As a ruler of a divided Egypt, besieged by internal strife and external threats, Tutankhamun needed to present a united and strong front, not just to his own people, but to neighboring empires like the Hittites and the Nubians. These chariots weren't just for battle, They were tools of diplomacy, crafted to send a message to allies and enemies alike. The images on these panels show a king commanding respect, capable of both fierce warfare and shrewd negotiation. This was a ruler who understood the delicate balance of power and used every tool at his disposal to maintain it. As we piece together these fragments of Tutankhamun's chariots, a new image emerges, one of a king who was far more than just a ceremonial figurehead. He was a strategic leader, a diplomat, and a warrior who sought to secure his legacy and expand his influence across the ancient world. The chariots of Tutankhamun challenge our understanding of this enigmatic pharaoh. They show us a king who was not only skilled in the arts of war, but also in the art of diplomacy, using his wealth and craftsmanship to forge alliances and assert his dominance on the world stage. The legacy of King Tut. Beyond the Golden Mask. King Tutankhamun's treasures have captivated the world for nearly a century. But as we've explored, they tell a story far more complex than the glittering image we often see. Beyond the Golden Mask lies the legacy of a young pharaoh who was more than just a boy king. He was a ruler, a warrior, and a visionary determined to secure his place in history. From his celestial dagger, forged from the iron of a meteorite, to the battle-ready armor that challenges our perception of his frailty, Tutankhamun's treasures reveal a young man who was both ambitious and fearless. His meticulously crafted chariots and weapons tell of a king who understood the power of image and symbolism, using them to project strength to his people and rivals alike. But perhaps the greatest revelation lies not in the treasures themselves, but in what they represent. Tutankhamun was not just a passive figure caught in the tide of history. He was an active player, striving to define his reign in an era of political instability and foreign threats. The boy king we thought we knew was, in fact, a leader with the vision and courage to wield the tools of power, both real and symbolic, to forge his legacy. As the Grand Egyptian Museum prepares to display all 5,398 of his artifacts together for the first time, we are given a rare opportunity to see King Tutankhamun in a new light. No longer just a young pharaoh encased in myth and mystery, but a ruler whose story is still unfolding. The journey of discovery is far from over. The treasures of Tutankhamun remind us that history is not static. It is alive, continually reshaped by new findings and fresh perspectives. As we continue to explore and analyze his legacy, we peel back the layers of time to reveal the true face of a king who sought not only to rule, but to be remembered. So as you stand before these relics, consider not just the gold and jewels, but the spirit of the man behind them. A king who defied the constraints of his youth, who wielded power far beyond his years, and whose story, like the treasures he left behind, will continue to shine for generations to come. This is the true legacy of King Tutankhamun, a legacy not defined by his death, but by the enduring impact of his life. An ongoing journey of discovery. As we bring our journey to a close, remember this: King Tutankhamun's story is far from over. The treasures unearthed from his tomb continue to teach us about his life, his reign, and the world he ruled. Each artifact, from the smallest trinket to the grandest chariot, holds a fragment of history, a piece of a puzzle that is still being solved. The new Grand Egyptian Museum will not only showcase these treasures, but will also serve as a hub for ongoing research and discovery. New technologies and methods will allow us to delve even deeper into the mysteries of ancient Egypt, revealing more about Tutankhamun and the civilization he once led. For centuries, Tutankhamun was seen as a mere boy king, a puppet ruler whose reign was cut short. But the truth is far more complex. He was a visionary, a leader who sought to shape his destiny against the odds. His treasures are not just symbols of his wealth, but of his spirit, bold, determined, and unyielding. So, what can we learn from a pharaoh who lived over 3,000 years ago? Perhaps it's this: No matter how young or seemingly powerless, we all have the potential to leave a mark that lasts beyond our years. Tutankhamun's story is a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit and the relentless quest for knowledge. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through time. Here at Lucas Discovery, we strive to bring history to life and to uncover the stories that shape our world. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more explorations into the mysteries of our past. And remember, every piece of history, no matter how small, has the power to change the way we see the world. Until next time, keep exploring, keep discovering, and stay curious.